चलो
Guys, is this going to be the first episode without Thakur?
Yeah,
hope so.
because 4 हफ्ते से पूरा डिले करके रखा है उसने.
I
आई
swear.
होप सो.
Listen,
तू रिप्लाई भी नहीं करता भोसड़ी.
dude, 4 weeks we've been off air and I started getting death threats in the DMs, dude.
यार एक डेथ थ्रेट भी आया.
कि podcast वापस डाल वरना. Oh shit. Anyway.
मैं डर गया. मैं कौतुक के लिए डरा है. I'm like, okay, I'll not go to school today. And I will sit here and make sure that the podcast is recorded.
Yeah, because two of us, if we do it, then it's improv story. So then we needed a third.
Yeah,
But
no.
अच्छा है.
But good. Thakur's not here.
हाँ,
Yeah,
अभी उठा.
Oh fuck.
चार बार रिहर्स किया ये. And this is the time he hurts
इसका
himself.
mic stand
4 बार perfect.
माइक स्टैंड अभी हिलाया ना,
Hilarious.
तो मसल मेमोरी फक ऑल हो गया.
अबे तुम लोग जल्दी करना था ना मुझे. मैं कब से ऐसे बैठा हूँ यहाँ पर. अच्छा अभी
हम लोग को
वो दिख
एक्चुअली
रहा था क्या?
खत्म कर
उसका
देना
पीठ
चाहिए.
दिख रहा था क्या
नहीं
throughout?
नहीं.
नहीं दिख रहा था. अच्छे से छुपे हम लोग. वैसे मैं हूँ भौतू के घर पे क्योंकि मेरे घर पे रेनोवेशन चल रहा है. हम लोग जब से आए हनीमून से मैं और निकिता एक रूम में ऐसे बैठे 70 किलो लगेज आजू बाजू और बाहर टाइल लकड़ी ग्रर
You know something?
But they still have.
झूठ
One
मत
sec,
बोल.
did
तुम
you
लोग
not?
यूरोप घूमने गए थे और फिर तुम्हारे के घर में किसी ने डाका डाला और तोड़ दिया सब कुछ. And
अच्छा.
now you've decided to fix
No,
it.
but one sec, Thakur, did you not start the renovation work before you went and you planned it in such a way that it will be done? There'll only be
1
one room
second.
left.
How can you do renovation without being in the city? How
Arey,
can you
his
do
mom
this?
and all was going to take care of
हाँ
the
my
key.
mom and uncle were supervising. But if there is one thing you know about renovation is that whatever number of days has been given, you have to add plus 45.
Yes.
45.
हाँ तो हम लोग को जितना लगा होगा उतना नहीं हुआ. तो अभी चल रहा है. तो मैं इधर आया थोड़े सुकून के लिए. वैसे तो पता है because we don't have a kitchen, nothing functioning.
But Thakur, nothing welcomes you back to India
हाँ.
like renovation
Oh.
after Europe.
एक तो हम लोग उधर ढूंढ रहे थे कैसे पासपोर्ट घुमा के रह जाओ. ठीक है. ऐसा प्लान करके आए. आते वक्त you know the worst flights are the ones on the way back.
Yeah.
सारा gluten निकलता है.
Oh my
Oh God.
इरिटेशन. मेरा स्टॉप ओवर भी था फिर अबू धाबी में. उसके बाद आया जैसे इधर आया उबर एयरपोर्ट पे ट्रैफिक.
Hilarious.
उबर के लाइन में ट्रैफिक.
उबर के लाइन में
ऐसे एक ऐसा खड़ा है एक ऐसा खड़ा है. तो सिर्फ बैग लेके सिर्फ फ्यूरियस ही मेरे को घर पहुंचना है. मैं जो जाने दो फक. और अभी आके ठाक 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 ठाक. मैं रोज किसी के घर पे जा रहा हूँ डिनर के लिए. ए हाय कैसे है लॉन्ग टाइम. हाँ आई विल कम ओवर नवेश.
तू सुबह तू 4 घंटा पहले गया क्या?
इधर
वो शिटहोल एयरपोर्ट.
हाँ 4 घंटा पहले सच्ची. यूरोप के
एक मिनट हम लोग भूल
One
गए
second.
पॉडकास्ट करना.
Context.
Varun,
Oh,
at some
हाँ.
point in your life will
Oh,
you
yeah.
make this introduction?
Okay, good. It's been a while. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, a show we take random historical facts, strategy, and stories, and yeah, are
We
back
talk
after
about it.
and we talk
And
about
we talk about it.
Oh.
Don't you think that is a bit redundant? And we talk about it. Yeah. Oh wow, really? On the
So after
Yeah. Otherwise,
after
we're just
400
taking facts,
episodes,
stats,
you have
stories,
said that there is a
personal trivia.
redundancy.
yeah.
Yeah.
क्या आदमी है यार.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
नहीं.
talk about it. मतलब, of course, बात करें ना उसके बारे में.
No, we should in fact extend it.
Oh
And
wow, yeah, that's what the
we-
opening needs.
We talk about it and Baba blushes and Aadar changes his background.
But मेरे को ये अच्छा लग रहा है bro, ये वाला vibe अच्छा है.
Yeah, just come here next time.
हाँ, इसके बाद
Bro.
बाबा तू अदर के घर पे जा. वो तो-
हाँ.
वो लंदन में.
आओ तुम लोग यहाँ पे.
In
मैं
fact,
वही लिटरली मैं ये कर रहा है.
क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं घर पे मैं मूव करने की कोशिश कर रहा है. I'm trying to move to a more central location, and it is the torture of the earth. I am trying to move to this place called
the Middle East.
Finchley, Hampstead. काफी difficult to get a nice house there.
हाइड पार्क में रह ले ब्रो बेस्ट.
हाँ, हाइड
के
पार्क में
अंदर.
मेरे को इतना बड़ा घर मिलेगा मेरे को हाइड पार्क में for 5,000 pounds. यहाँ पे तुम रहो.
हाइड पार्क
यहाँ पे तुम्हारा बिस्तर.
हाँ, बोल रहा है हाइट
Best.
पार्क में दे. मेरे को लग रहा है आदर का एयरपोर्ट में ना हमेशा डिले आता है क्योंकि हम लोग जब बात कर रहे हैं ही स्टिल टॉकिंग थ्रू ओवर अस देन सडनली रियलाइजेस कि अच्छा नहीं सो वेट आई विल वेट
don't blame it on delay. That's Aadar.
मैं जब my lips move faster than my sound. It's a different speed.
ये कब बैठ के तूने?
That's what's up.
That
तो
explains
एक-
the improv.
Clearly.
round.
कौतुक मैं तेरे को स्टोरी बताऊं और वरुण क्या क्या व्हाट अ वेस्ट दिस मैन इज ओके. तो मेरे को मैं एम्स्टर्डम में, तो ठाकुर मेरे को फोन करके बोलता है बाप मिलते हैं एयरपोर्ट पे, ठीक है.
हाँ, हाँ.
तो मैं उसको बोला मैं तेरे को एम्स्टर्डम में, तो मैं जॉइंट लेके आएगा, ठीक है, एयरपोर्ट पे तेरे को वेलकम करने की. फिर लेकिन मैं बोला देख आई एम फ्लाइंग टू बॉम्बे वाया दुबई, तो नो चांस डू आई वांट टू हैव द जॉइंट ऑन मी. ओके, तो इज दैट ओके. फिर वो रिप्लाई मैसेज कुछ किया नहीं हुए. फिर मैं लैंड किया, फिर वो बोला हाँ बा मैं अभी लैंड किया, मैं बाहर मिलता है तेरे को, ठीक है. फिर मैं चेक इन किया और फिर मैं ठाकुर को फोन करता है, बोलता है ए ब्रो मैं निकल गया ब्रो एयरपोर्ट पे.
मैं भूल ही गया.
Of course. तू एम्स्टर्डम में भूल गया. Okay, got it.
मैं भूल ही गया. निकिता ने
Sure.
बुक कर दिया था, हम लोग बैठ गए और निकल गया. फिर सडनली याद है कि ओ फक बाबा को मिलना था.
और बाबा बस
In-
खड़ा है उधर.
In my
नहीं मैं नहीं लाया.
bro, but in my defense मेरे पास इतने सारे, क्योंकि अगर तेरे को यूरोप में एक्सेस बैगेज नहीं भरना है ना, तो उसका ट्रिक है कि तू सब अपने हैंड बैगेज में रख. They tell you one bag, right? One bag 7 kilos, but they underestimate. They don't the bag on your back, right? तो लैपटॉप बैग बोल के उसके अंदर सामान
सब
भरना है.
रखे.
हम लोग ने एटलीस्ट 12 किलो हमारे ऊपर था टू अवॉइड एक्सेस लगेज.
Oh my God.
तो इतने छोटे बैग थे
सब
कि
घुसा है.
bro, that's the only thing I'm happy about, that I don't have to pack, because nothing is more annoying than going from one place to the other. मैं उसे वैक्यूम पैक कर रहा हूँ उसको, तो रोज ना इरिटेटिंग था. एंड पूरे एयरपोर्ट्स की वाट लग गया.
या पूरा एयरपोर्ट.
Why?
तो इसके लिए मैं
हाँ, तो
ठाकुर
बिस्वा लंदन आया था. मैं बिस्वा को फोन किया मिलना है क्या, देखो बोलता है कि नहीं है मेरे पास कपड़े नहीं है. व्हाट डू यू मीन? उसका बैग वो आया, शो किया, वापस चला गया. हिज बैग इज स्टिल नॉट रीच्ड बॉम्बे.
Yeah.
He has not seen his bag since he left Bombay.
So I'll tell you what's happened in most of European airports. Okay, what happened is during the lockdown.
Baba, tell us because you're not the one in London or gone to
अरे
Europe.
बाबा मैं गया था तो मेरे को सब लोग ने बताया, इसके लिए मेरे को मालूम है. तो क्या हुआ कि apparently during the lockdown what ended up happening is they let go of a majority of the staff that works in the airport. So whether it's baggage personnel, whether it's people who check you in, all of that, right? So the staff that works within the airport to keep it functioning, they let go of a lot of them. The point is most of the airports in most European cities are outside the city at a considerable distance. Right. So even traveling to the airport therefore becomes a hassle if you live within the city. So what happened is as soon as they let these guys go, and also their shifts are pretty shit. Like their shifts are like sometimes 12 hours. कभी बोलेगा कि अच्छा सुन ना वो वाला नहीं आ रहा है तो तेरे को अभी डबल शिफ्ट मारना पड़ेगा ये सब. And the pay is good but it's not great, right? So when these guys got different jobs or they moved back home and stuff like that, so now when they recall them they're all like fuck you, हम लोग नहीं आ रहे ना, तो तू पैसा देता है, तेरा ट्रैवल डिस्टेंस इतना लंबा है, तेरा शिफ्ट सब फक ऑल है, मैं नहीं आ रहा है. So all the airports are fucked. Like in Amsterdam 2 weeks 3 weeks or something before I went to Amsterdam, the airport line was so long it went outside the terminal and people have fainted. So they've got a
अभी भी था. मैं उधर बाहर कैनोपी रखे बिकॉज़ दे लाइक
कैनोपी रखे
4 किलोमीटर लंबा लाइन तो होने ही वाला है.
करेक्ट. तो मैं ठाकुर को फोन किया और बोला सुन मैं बिजनेस में मैं तो निकल जाएगा, 4 घंटा पहले पहुंच. 4 घंटा.
Bro, listen, by the way,
एक्चुअली 4 घंटा पहले पहुंचा.
Correct. And there was a line already, right?
Yeah.
At Shithole Airport, not Shithole.
1 hour you were standing in the wrong line. Because
Oh God.
है ही नहीं कोई पब्लिक, जो भी स्टाफ भी है they are just crowded by people. और अपने ही सब पब्लिक है वैसे भर के. इंडिया, श्रीलंका, पाकिस्तान, अपने ये वाले ही दो भाई लोग हैं जो आके they are hammering the airport staff with questions. So एक टाइम का एयरपोर्ट स्टाफ
छोड़ दिया.
fuck off नहीं है, just stand here. तो मैं 1 घंटा गलत लाइन में खड़ा.
Bro, but everything Baba said na, it's so not relatable to India at all na. क्योंकि इधर अगर तू lay off किया भी, right? There's so many people in our country.
Yeah.
Really फटाफट
Yeah.
भर गया.
No,
What do you
We'll
mean
just show
travel
up.
time is too much?
They just show up. लाइक हाँ यहाँ पे हम लोग खड़े रहेंगे तो जॉब मिलेगा.
No, also, I mean, वो तो बॉम्बे है कि एयरपोर्ट सेंटा क्रूज में, क्योंकि वो टाइम पे सेंटा क्रूज वाज आउटसाइड द सिटी.
बाबा वो छोड़, मीनिंग लाइक यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट प्लेसेस बीइंग फार फ्रॉम योर होम. People come to Bombay from Surat every day.
And Dhanu and all. Yeah.
I mean, like, what is?
No, but they also not just the plane stuff, but across in Europe also. जब मैं इटली गया, taxi का strike. So different.
हाँ यहाँ पे बहुत strike चल रहा है. The tube strike is also happening back to back. They've been dumping money onto this Elizabeth line.
नहीं मैं
for जो इन लोग का Elizabeth line है, उस पे इतना पैसा इन लोग ने waste किया है. मतलब I don't know if it's going to help in the long run. So they made a new metro line in London, which is for Queen, which is named after Queen Elizabeth. तो आई थी पूरा ऐसा रिबन काटा उसका 70 whatever anniversary, and सब कुछ हुआ, and it's still not finished. It's already I think 2 years over scheduled. It's still not finished. It's going to take even more money, and they're cutting salaries off from people who are actually working. चलते जा रहा है काम. They were like अगर 2 साल इसको और लगा बनने के लिए, हम लोग श्योर नहीं है कि रिबन काटने के लिए होगी कि नहीं. अभी लॉन्च कर दो, सॉफ्ट लॉन्च.
क्योंकि हम लोग के साथ मैं क्या बोल रहा था, हाँ जब हम लोग पेरिस गए ना, तो उधर पेरिस आई बन रहा है, जैसे लंदन आया ना वैसे पेरिस आई बन रहा है. तो ऑन द मैसिव पेरिस व्हील जो नीचे के 2 शायद बने थे, जस्ट बेस के 2-3 बने थे. सो वी ऑब्वियसली कुडंट गो ऑन इट, राइट. 10 days later while in Italy मैंने देखा कि अरे पेरिस इज कंप्लीटेड, ठीक है. बट आई डोंट नो कैसे क्या, बट इट्स कंप्लीटेड बोला. ब्रो इतना ही तो हुआ था, हम लोगों ने देखा, अभी बन गया. और मैं इधर लैंड हुआ हूँ, ठीक है. टैक्सी पकड़ा और माड़ा के बाहर जो एक पाइप कुछ फटा है, 1.5 साल से चल रहा है ब्रो. आई ओनली सी लाइक मोर एंड मोर सेटलमेंट जस्ट ग्रो अराउंड इट.
Living inside it for some time.
I honestly don't know what is going on. I mean, I'm sure it's tough to do whatever it is, but वो complete ही नहीं हो रहा है.
Yeah.
And that causes such a massive clusterfuck of traffic कि सुबह 5 बजे उधर ट्रैफिक है.
तू क्या वो तू ब्रो ओबरॉय मॉल के बाहर ना, एक across the length of the side going towards Virar, there is a series of potholes, okay, in your Oberoi Mall. So because of that series of potholes, different vehicles and different sizes of vehicles, their braking point is different. So they all
I love that dance. It's so slow.
ये चल रहा है, ठीक है. So as a result of this, the traffic is at Andheri flyover.
Yeah, for sure.
अंधेरी फ्लाईओवर पे ट्रैफिक है, और तू पूछेगा किसी को कि किधर से ओबरॉय, like I'm like how are you so like careless about this?
अरे वो तूने वीडियो देखा क्या? गुजरात में there was a road that was completed a month ago, and the whole thing went down, and then you see a river. मतलब इतना पानी निकला है वहां पे, and the road just collapses entirely.
Bro बहुत सही, but yeah.
जब भी हम लोग बाहर थे, तू क्या कर रहा था इधर?
Bro open mic.
Open mic, yeah. Like I was joking about this. I was like, for 3 weeks I have felt like a housewife from the 1950s whose husband has left the house, and I'm like, आज चूल्हा गरम नहीं करना पड़ेगा. Come on, freedom.
But open mic अच्छा जा रहा है.
अरे क्या 2 लोग के लिए परफॉर्म किया है. Oh fuck.
बॉम्बे के बारिश में
कॉमिक्स्तान के कंटेस्टेंट्स के साथ थोड़ा कर. आई थिंक पीपल विल बी कमिंग आउट टू वॉच देम कंटेस्टेंट्स, राइट?
ए आदर बता एक्सपीरियंसेस ऑफ कॉमिक्स्तान नाउ दैट यू कैन टेल.
It took, I think, this 2.5 years to make, because we shot it once, and something went wrong with COVID, one of the participants, and then like lot of shit went wrong. Like at one point, like all the participants were exposed, and we were like, oh shit, this is like, how do we protect everybody staying in the same hotel and then rehearsing every day? We scrapped shootings. There have been mentors that you would like go like, oh shit, ye mentor kar raha, but then they had to drop out because dates didn't match. So that kind of stuff has happened. And but it took a long so by the end, when we actually finished it, there were 3 separate cakes cut for every leg of shooting. And then finally, the third time's the charm.
No, what's also frustrating is that like for the winners and for the finalists, for example, ये 2.5 साल तक they've lost opportunity because like you know what I'm saying, like while you've shot it later, but for you Comicstan 3 technically should have released in 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should have been shooting Comicstan 4 by now.
Yeah,
that is not happening.
5.
No, 7. Yeah. Kautuk.
ये murder 2, murder 3 वैसा चल रहा है.
Hey, but
Mission Impossible series.
How do you design like a task sheet for an episode?
I went with a lot of our improv. I went with a lot of the improv format. I consulted with Bridge at one point and I spoke to him and he was like, just essentially you have to let the participants lead you, because I was like, how do I create this? He's like, it's not about the best games we used to play, it's about the best games they play. So then you have to figure that out. And now after this, most of my lectures are over. Now I'm on break. I'm on summer break and I'm going to be doing public performances.
I thought
so
you were
now I've legit, yeah. So now for all logical purposes, academically, I've got my master's degree. Now I would design it very differently. For all academic purposes, I've already trained for the masters. Now it's like, now I'm going to be assessed on public performances. So now I'm going to do The Tempest. Then we're doing a play on the civil riots of Ukraine in 1919. So we're adapting a play in December for that. And so like Belarus Free Theatre is going to come in and teach us. So it's like a great experience. But academically, it's kind of done. एक dissertation बाकी है मेरा, जो मैं Hamlet पे लिख रहा है, हो जाए. Hamlet, if Hamlet was a vlogger, that is my dissertation topic.
You know what your topic should have been? To be or not to be, I think it's not to be. Here's why.
Yeah. So that is basically it. So I would design it very differently, as in like improv aspect, I would still go with the same way we did improv. But I think the first couple of days, I would change the way they become comfortable as people on stage. Like as actors, just be comfortable with their bodies. I've learned a lot as far as that is concerned. A lot of Laban training and stuff, just to not be like हाथ का क्या करो, कैसे खड़े रहो. That I've realized there is a certain methodology to taking that out of a human being.
What is Laban?
Laban is this guy who created this method. Laban. So Laban or Laban, हम लोग Laban बोलते हैं. So and this guy basically worked on efforts. So the basic 8 possible efforts that you can do, which is, and वो काफी लंबा है, उसके लिए मेरे को like कभी live show में बताऊंगा अगर पूछोगे तो अलग से. But he's basically zeroed down human efforts to 8 basic efforts. And if you kind of put that in the back of your mind and be like, okay, I'm going to attack this line with this particular effort, it's surprising how you can clinically be a good actor. Nice. And then when you add the internal aspect of it, which is from the Yat method, which we do, which is our method. The Yat Malmgren is a guy who basically came up, and he died like in 2004. He basically, Anthony Hopkins follows this. People like, like they follow the Yat method. The Yat method can take animal work, which this guy did. Anthony Hopkins did in Silence of the Lambs, where he did like, he played a alligator or this. So basically you can apply that and all that shit.
He played an alligator.
Becomes like,
you think?
Yeah, if you look at it, yeah. So he's like, so Jim Carrey and him have this anecdote. Jim Carrey is playing a parakeet in Ace Ventura, and Anthony Hopkins is playing an alligator or a crocodile. And now if you look at those movies again, you realize what he's trying to do.
What is all this acting technique?
I was going to ask her.
Why will you be on the move?
It's so much louder in person.
Down and stand behind.
Also, एक tutorial due hai. I've been wanting to do this tutorial for so long, where I just do like an acting tutorial with like Vicky on, and then like the Vicky and Varun having a fight. I've been wanting to do this. Chat mein likho if you want this video to happen.
Also, I think your dissertation should be called "To Reel or Not to Reel." Yeah,
I might just do that. The idea is to like mess around.
अबे तेरे तू hit after hit दे रहा है, especially after winning some BAP award.
Oh yeah.
हाँ.
सेगविंदर सिंह.
बता, अरे सेगविंदर सिंह कौन है? सेगवे जीत रहे.
सेगवे.
हाँ तो बता क्या जीता तू? और कितने पैसे के सच बता।
कितने पैसे अरे वो तो बहुत दिए थे. No, nothing. We went to
exclusively on the internet set, so episode 137 at timestamp.
Is it 137?
137 हो गया.
Is it 137? It can't be. We've crossed 150 ना.
No, बाबा क्या हो गया तू?
आंसर पे कितना टाइम था बे?
So no, nothing. We went to at Cannes. We won. There was a campaign we did for celebrations, and it won a few awards. And we also brought in. ए चुप रे तुम दोनों बहन चुप.
Sorry बोल.
नहीं तो ये कौन सा जीता? कैडबरी
सेलिब्रेशंस का एक कैंपेन था.
कैडबरी दिया तेरे को. क्या तू ये फिजिक्स में 10th स्टैंडर्ड में टॉप किया तू? ये लो कैडबरी. वेरी बहुत अच्छा ऐड बना तूने.
कैन बुलाया और उसको तो कैडबरी दिया. वेल डन.
अब जा.
कैन के नीचे हो गया.
So yeah, so we won a few. It's called the Cannes Lion Awards or whatever. So we won a few there.
Whatever,
and we also won Titan.
Baba, they trying to play it off nonchalant.
अरे
whatever.
ये नहीं बात करता इसके बारे में on thing. So nothing. We won. Okay, the actual medals that we won. So apart from, okay, now if you want it to be braggy, I'll make it a little braggy. Which is
please.
Oh, come on.
So the campaign has won already several. It's won one show. It's won New York Fest. It's won DNAD and all of that. But Cannes is kind of like the last award of the season. It's also what effectively
Filmfare.
Oscar.
Who did you wear on the red carpet?
Correct.
No, who did you wear?
No, seriously. Ironic t-shirt पहन के गया.
T-shirt जी. अरे भाई वो तू to put it in context, it is Europe का Goa Fest. तो एडवर्टाइजिंग जैसे ही हो जाता है ना. सो नो, द फनीएस्ट थिंग अबाउट दिस इज दैट द कान
नहीं देखा क्या?
I love how Baba is slowly playing down every aspect of this and not bragging at all. Like लोग यहाँ पे 1 million रील व्यूज होता है तो वो सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. ये कान का अवार्ड जीत के ऐसा बोल रहे हैं.
मेरे रील को ऋतिक ने लाइक किया. मैंने उसका सेलिब्रेट किया. उनको गोल्डन लायन जीत के आए. चूतिए बोल.
सो नो
ओके सो अवार्ड दिखा बाबा. कान दिखा
office mein. So we won at Cannes for that campaign. We won a bronze, a silver, 2 golds and a titanium, which was India's first titanium. It was India's first titanium, along with in the same year the Dentsu also won a titanium. So technically till now India didn't have a single titanium, and now we've brought home two titanium. So
actual titanium है.
अरे metal, it's an award.
बाबा सच बोल, पहले तेरे को मिला ना, तू स्टेज पे पहले गया ना. तो
that is true.
Basically
then because this is the joke that's running internally also.
First year on the internet said so, where Baba has said that he is Neil
Armstrong. No, I just agreed.
Yes, I
just agreed. No, but I'll tell you the really funny thing now. Okay, so
तू स्पीच दिया क्या?
2 weeks. You're mad or 2 weeks before? 2 weeks before the advertising Cannes Festival is the Cannes Film Festival. Okay, so you should. So a lot of it that the theater, the people who work at the theater, the staff, the people in the area, the ushers and all of that, they're obviously the same, right? So correct. So when the film festival happens, you are getting the world's best looking people wearing the best dressed clothes and coming. Okay, and then 2.5 weeks later, no, it's pure people, shorts, chappal,
red carpet पे पूछ रहे, why are you wearing?
So it is so hilarious because the entire city, and you can tell that they're obviously happy and all of that because it's less formal. Okay,
like lambe bal creative.
Not just lambe bal creative, it's also like चप्पल पहन के स्टेज पे गया है. Like it's just crazy. Okay,
थोड़ा तो मतलब
Dude, उधर डुआ लिपा परफॉर्म कर रहा है एक साइड पे, लेकिन हम लोग का ओगलवी पार्टी में जिस दिन हम लोग जीता उधर हम लोग झिंगाट बजा रहे हैं डुआ लिपा के सामने। ये सब चल रहा है
दुआ
bro।
लिपा के सामने जिंगाट बजा रहे टाइटेनियम जीत
तो
के।
मैं समझाता हूँ।
कान पे
तो मैं तेरे को समझा,
What a sentence.
पूरा सब
मैं समझाता हूँ, ठीक है? So,
क्या यार?
जो
रिविera पे जिंगाट बज रहा है।
तो सुनना, एक मिनट।
दुआ लिपा
तो अरे नहीं, डुआ लिपा नहीं आई है हम लोग के पार्टी में।
Of
वो
course नहीं आई है दुआ लिपा भी, वो
क्योंकि तू
दुआ
जिंगाट
लिपा
बजा
मैं बिलीव भी नहीं कर रहा था कि तेरे पार्टी में आ रही है, चाहे तू 10 टाइटेनियम भी जीता होता ना।
I like this song.
So then, so the palace here, and then along that is the beachfront, and on the beachfront there are various like parties that are happening, like the Vogue party and Snapchat party, etc. Spotify for one day had brought Dua Lipa down. Okay, so and technically opposite the Spotify, opposite
Ad बज रहा है।
the
अरे प्रीमियम खरीद ले बे।
टाइटेनियम जीता है
प्रीमियम पे दुआ लिपा के परफॉर्म करती है तुम्हारे लिए।
opposite the Spotify party, the beach party of Spotify where Dua Lipa is performing, is the Ogilvy HQ party happening. Okay, and there, because we are all things, so
We are
honestly that day the team we were like genuinely very happy, and also we were kind of like the biggest winners of the night, right? Like because Titanium is really big or whatever. So we were all there. तो हम लोग जा रहे हैं और फिर उधर हम लोग ने सुखबीर, झिंगाट सब निकाला है bro, बस.
nice.
It was crazy, dude.
That's a real party, man.
There is a I'll give you you want a real confession. There is a video floating around somewhere in my office. I'm trying to get it deleted, where I am dancing to Zingat.
Nah.
Oh no! I want
With
this.
Baba or have access to somebody who works with Baba, please give us that video.
footage, man.
You can send it to us on Instagram, DM,
I'm writing this time code down. Just hold on.
और on मैं पूरे एपिसोड में बोलते रहूंगा बाबा ये।
हाँ पूरा क्या करेगा तू बाबा?
रहने दे, वरना मैं आगे भी बोलूंगा, तेरे को एडिट करना है। रहने दे।
नहीं, और हम लोग कभी भी कहीं भी बोल देंगे।
कहीं भी हाँ
Randomly.
कान खुले रख। So wondering what Baba cut out. I actually thought,
Bro, it'll be hilarious where on Comic Sans season 4 Aadar जाके improv round में, in this round you have to dance like Neville.
Neville Shah
To Zingat.
dancing to Zingat after winning Khan Award.
So
It's a very
nothing, but-
specific situation, Aadar. No, I want to watch this situation.
So after that, then of course I traveled and like so did my team. So और काफी पेला.
इधर अवार्ड जीता, उसके बाद तू क्या मूड में गया होगा अपने शोज के लिए? शोज कैसे गए?
Bro, बर्लिन भी अच्छा था. मैं बर्लिन में बहुत I did the most.
बर्लिन और एम्स्टर्डम ना?
Amsterdam show was genuinely outstanding, but I would also learn from Berlin to not do what I did in Berlin, because I did the most Neville thing in Berlin possible. Okay, so I finished the show. After the show, there were a couple of people who stayed back for pictures, and then from that, even a few more people stayed back, and they were talking and all of that. And then I said, okay, I'm going for dinner, and I said, you all want to join? And we went to dinner. During the dinner, I have spent the whole dinner telling them. So they were like, it was a good show. We really liked it, etc. I have spent the whole time saying, no, but you didn't like it because, and I've spent enough time trying to convince them that the show wasn't as good as they thought it was.
Hilarious.
I've done the most. And then I was like, oh my
Why
God,
are
I
you
feel
your own
horrible.
dead end?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, no, but it was a good show. It
It was a bad show.
No, it was a good show.
If you think it was a bad show, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please let us know.
If you genuinely like Baba's show, but somehow the nihilist that Baba is made you unlike it, let us know in the comments.
But no, Amsterdam was genuinely great. Amsterdam was great.
लोगों को हंसाया था 1 घंटे के लिए, और फिर तू आके उनको ऐसे सैड कर दिया.
What is that impulse, Baba? Please explain.
I don't know, man.
Bolla.
Now they'll go and have a bigger release at the next comedian who's performing there.
Yeah.
अभी उन्होंने पूरा दबा के रखा है अंदर.
नहीं दबाया नहीं, वो लोग हंसा शो के बाद क्या, मैं शो के पहले थोड़ी बोला कि यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू लाइक द शो, व्हिच वुड बी अ स्मार्टर आइडिया आई थिंक.
एक्सपेक्टेशन लो ही करा दे. और एम्स्टर्डम कैसे गया?
Amsterdam really great. Like it was first of all, it wasn't a bar and all of that. It was like a theater. So it was much more conducive to the stand-up.
I feel like people in Amsterdam are laughing even if there is no comedy show.
Arey no re, the people who live there don't do everything. Don't do it. Don't live like this. कि
Yeah.
रोज जाके जॉइंट पिया ऐसा नहीं करता वो लोग.
वो सिर्फ टूरिस्ट है उधर.
हाँ. मेरा दोस्त मैं
बाकी
मेरे
उनके
दोस्त के
restaurants
घर
are
पे
very-
रहना था
they're
तो
very tolerant of it. They don't like encourage. Nobody wants.
yeah. In
But
fact,
they don't have a problem.
in fact, Amsterdam also there's this thing where they're getting really frustrated, where they actually wanted to ideate for them. There was a conversation happening where they wanted to ideate where not just an age ID. There is an age ID, but not just a thing, but also a domicile ID. That it's only if you are from Netherlands that they were going to give it to you, etc., etc. Because a lot of tourists are coming and then throwing things and breaking things and things like that. Like Varun, wo scooter tha na across most cities except
That was so cool. By the way, we'll give people context. Okay? Usually, whenever I go to Europe, I'm always walking.
Yeah. I've still walked on
Okay, most people, क्योंकि हम लोग को वो as an activity मिलता ही नहीं है, right? इधर किधर चल रहा है तू बॉम्बे में? नहीं चल रहा है. गाड़ी में जा रहा है, उबर में जा रहा है, बाइक पे, whatever. You don't get to walk.
मुझे करना है पर
नहीं, मुझे भी करना है, लेकिन
Bombay doesn't allow it.
हाँ, क्योंकि पॉटहोल में मर जाएगा तू शायद.
Bro, उधर तू ऑटोमेटिकली चल रहा है, तेरे पैसे भी बच रहे हैं, plus it's conducive to walking. But when we landed in Paris, you underestimate how big Paris is. So you can do like the short distance walking, but हम लोग फर्स्ट डे पे आके जहां हम लोग रह रहे हैं वहां से आईफिल चल के गए और चल के हम 40 पे निकले.
अरे but why didn't you take the metro?
अरे हाँ, मेरे को वॉक करना है ब्रो. हाँ, मैं हमेशा वॉक करते रहता हूँ. तो we found these Lime bikes. And he's one of the ex Uber guys who quit Uber and he started Lime in San Francisco. I remember seeing it there. They're small electric scooters. वो app download किया और रास्ते पे they're just parked in their spots. You go scan the barcode. It tells you like how much
charge is there and all that,
etc. Get on it, चलने लगती है. Top speed is about 22 odd.
You ride it in the bike lane, and
right.
it's that scooter, वो वाला scooter जो हम लोग बचपन में
but अभी तेरा इस पे हाथ पे accelerator है, brake है. And Paris over the last few years has now made it even better for bikers and all of that. Like Amsterdam is the
but Amsterdam doesn't have Lime.
No, they don't have, because उधर उन लोग वो वाला cycle चलाते हैं.
No, it's not just that. It's also because this is the most, I don't even know the word for it, but a lot of places, and it started off, of course, in Australia and New Zealand, where what was happening was that you've seen also in Paris how they've just left the bike ऐसे जमीन पे पड़ा है या गिरा पड़ा है and all of that, right? Because it's a rented thing, so it doesn't matter. So nobody owns it, so they just like ऐसे करके ज़ूम करके गिरा देते.
If you just throw it, it will tell you that you're not parked.
No, but people just leave it anywhere.
नहीं तो
It's left
Yeah, you can leave it. No, there are certain places. So Lime, you can leave anywhere.
You can leave anywhere
now,
within
free
the.
Now you can't.
No. You
There
can
are
leave it
certain areas.
anywhere in the vicinity, but it doesn't mean it has to be parked along this stretch. No, you can just drop it on the floor and go like that. Okay, so
No, don't drop it on the floor and be assholes. But
that's the problem.
Like, अभी मैं Lime, like I have Bolt. Now Bolt, I can see like there are 6 bolts around me right now.
इससे बात कर रहे हैं. अच्छा, तू हम लोग से बात कर रहे हैं. मैं बोला तू फोन कर रहा है.
Like if you look at it, so it's just random places that you'll find it. So you have to walk to the nearest one.
Yeah.
So it's just there that you will just randomly find one. So that's Bolt.
The
Lime has certain stations.
The reason why they've
saying,
stopped it in Amsterdam. अभी मैं mute कर देगा इसको. So the reason why they've stopped it in Amsterdam is because it's become a nuisance, because what was ending up happening in a lot of places
Wait. Can I guess?
Yes.
People get high and then are riding it and crashing into shit.
Okay, no. Anybody else wants to guess?
Wait. This is a specific problem that happened.
It starts with people get high. I know it starts with people get high.
So it started off in Australia and New Zealand from what I've been told, but it just so basically what's happening is people are getting drunk in the night and then going to a pier and then doing let's see how far we can throw it into the ocean contest.
Oh God, no! Why?
or into the lake or into whatever. So people have gone and just throwing it into lakes and into things, and you're like, why? Why is this a thing? Why is this an
How the
activity?
fuck you gonna get home after that? तू bike फेंक के रखो।
This is how you know
अरे
that
नहीं,
you're in a
वो
first
लोग
world
उधर
country. क्योंकि
उधर
अगर
पार्क
इंडिया
कर
में
दिया।
चालू किया वो लोग घर लेके चले जाएंगे.
Yeah.
They're supposed to throwing it in the ocean.
So Thakur, what they're doing is they're parking it, closing their trip, and then they're saying, "Abhi pick."
Wow.
सुबह जाके
फिर वो क्रेडिट कार्ड पे चार्ज नहीं होगा। Correct. अगर हम पैसे फेंक रहे
तू
हैं।
कितने फेंक गया है?
मैं बराबर इज्जत में ऐसे
वो निकिता
हाँ?
फेंके नहीं।
नहीं फेंके हम लोग।
so it's so bizarre, bro. It's
Bro, so you
so
have
bizarre.
to hear this 2-3 really like cool things. सबसे पहले तो I don't think मेरे vlogs हो रहे guys क्योंकि मैं 3 दिन honeymoon.
Who called it, man? Who called it?
I like.
Dude, I
because
think
the vlog
everyone
footage,
called
the vlog
it.
footage is Varun just shooting himself like, and then just the camera slowly diverting, and then it's just his pelvis for 30 minutes.
अभी I firstly hats off to all you vloggers. तुम लोग कैसे करते हैं? Because I don't know how to have fun and record and like I was not able to do it. And the thing is, you can't just like अकेले vlog में मेरे को ये नहीं मेरे को चाहिए कुछ back and forth. निकिता को मैंने बोला कि मैं तेरे को सवाल पूछने वाला ये वो. So don't really put me in this ये वो. So 2-3 days I tried. And then after that, I was just like, this.
Fuck this.
Nice.
Bro, on day 1, we've laughed at it in the episode.
I don't know how. देखो पता है ideal vlog कैसे होता है कि कोई मुझे follow कर दे रहा है कैमरा के साथ कि मैं करते रहूं तू शूट कर जैसे कार्डाशियन करते लेकिन इतने पैसे नहीं मेरे पास.
The fabulous lives of Varun Thakur.
Then
Guys, if you guys want vlogs about London, please go to my Instagram page. Lots of vlogs there.
तूने बनाया
Go check it out.
कितना बना रहा है?
हाँ, बहुत vlogs बनाए हैं. एक दो तो
अरे
अच्छा
वरुण वो हनीमून पे नहीं गया ना,
read.
वो अकेले है,
मैं
वो
काम
हनीमून पे नहीं है, तो वो तो कर रहा है ना काम.
गया ब्रो. तो सुन ना, ये हम लोग पेरिस में थे, so we booked this crazy Airbnb experience, okay, because it was called the secret doors of hidden areas of Paris or something like that, and it was on our last day in Paris where they take a very offbeat tour. 10 से 12 लोग
Catacombs हो सब?
Catacombs नहीं. So they take you to 5-6 different locations and you have those electric bikes जिसमें तू थोड़ा पेडल करेगा तो ये होता है काइनेटिक एनर्जी सेव होता है फिर और फास्ट जाता है वैसा. So you meet at a specific point and there from there he starts. So we were about 12 of us. सब अमेरिकन थे, तो बुड्ढे भी थे, थोड़े जवान भी थे, शादीशुदा, गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड, मैं निकिता, ऐसे सब. And he started off with that tower of what is it called, the Tower of Victory or something like that, I forget the name, where Napoleon एक कोई specific battle जीता था और उसके बाद उसने सारा उनका पूरा मेटल मेल्ट करके वो कॉलम बनाया वैसे. So it started off very interesting. Then he took us to the main royal palace in Paris. ठीक है, and he was telling us, do you guys know the story of how champagne was made?
बाबा ऐसा भाई
वो लोग वाइन बना रहे थे और गलती से उसमें स्प्राइट गिर गया.
नहीं, close. So basically वो टाइम पे ना the reigning king was told कि भाई तू ये पैलेस से निकल, इधर पब्लिक थोड़ा रिजेंटमेंट बढ़ रहा है, तेरी गांड मारने वाला है, तो तू भाग जा इधर से, किधर और जाके रहे.
They've just invented this thing called the guillotine.
तो ये उधर जाके रह रहा है, and he had a younger brother. So he didn't want the younger brother to be any sort of competition to him, right? तो उसने बोला एक काम कर ना, तू उधर जाके रहे. तो younger brother was a full party animal. तो वो उधर गया और वो पार्टी बज रही है उधर रॉयल पैलेस में. जिंगाट तो उधर वो पार्टी वार्टी कर रहा है, and they used to obviously drink a lot of wine. So there was this one wine maker who because the problem they had at that point is that जब भी तू कॉक करता है ना, वो कितने बार बराबर रह रहा नहीं था. So how to preserve that properly for a long time? So this guy came and he put bee wax around it, so it would stay together properly. और थोड़ा bee wax है ना नीचे जाके wine में गिर रहा था, and that's what gives it the sweety bubbly thing. Wow. And then pop किया तो ऐसा आ रहा है. So it became the drink of choice. Who was this person who made it? Dom Perignon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's how fucking champagne was made.
And they're also like the thing about champagne is that it has to come from a certain region in France, and they're extremely
Guess what
That
region?
is champagne. Anywhere else, it's
no, to a point where they're so think they took Apple to court because when Apple launched Rose Gold or whatever, some gold, they wanted to call it Champagne Gold. They took Apple to court and said, bro, तू champagne ऐसे हवे में use नहीं कर सकता, fuck off.
Bro, इधर तो लोग बहुत champagne use करते हैं.
हाँ, कहीं भी है. Champagne haircut salon भी देखा है मैंने बॉम्बे में.
हाँ.
So on this tour only, they then took us to this lane, bike by park, and we went into this area, and it looked very normal. के भाई इधर क्या है? So we came and we stopped at a point. He said, "Can you see street में ऐसे ना rectangular कुछ shape थे in the cobblestones." So what was that? That's where the guillotines used to be. So uska, that is आखिर memory, and it's the street is a little slanted. So that एक बार मरने के बाद खून जो आ रहा है ना, the blood can go straight into
the head also rolls.
हाँ, drains. And usually ऐसा होता है ना कि तो guillotine पे ऐसा और ऊपर से आके कटेश और गिर गया. Then he showed us this restaurant right next to it called La Precope, okay, which is the oldest restaurant in Paris. Okay, that's where a lot of the revolutionaries would meet right before the beginning of the French Revolution. They would meet there to discuss ideas.
अभी तक है.
Oldest surviving restaurant in Paris. Not just that, the first draft of the Constitution of America was also written there. Benjamin Franklin was there, chill kiyesh. Wow, crazy. We go in, and then it just blew my mind because they have a niche wala area और ऊपर toilet है first floor पे, ठीक है? So you go up, but on the way to the toilet, these are the things you see. You see Napoleon's hat on display. This is Napoleon was about 16 when he had come to this restaurant. उसके बाद पैसे नहीं थे, तो उसने hat दिया, बोला 2 दिन में आके देता हूँ पैसे, और उसके बाद आया ही नहीं. वकेश और फिर नेपोलियन बन गया वो. इसने बोला कि मैं ये राकेश
hat गिर गया भाई.
अभी वो hat एक्चुअल नेपोलियन की hat है उधर. फिर और थोड़ा आगे चल के जा तो वोल्टेयर का डेस्क है.
नाइस.
उसका ऐसे नाम पूरा प्रिंट करके रखा है. बुक भी ऐसी लग रही थी वोल्टेयर की थी, पढ़ा नहीं मैंने, लेकिन वोल्टेयर, ठीक है. इधर वॉल पे फ्रेम्ड है. क्या फ्रेम्ड है? मैरी एंटोनेट का लेटर टू हर किड्स बिफोर शी वाज गोइंग टू बी किल्ड,
executed.
बेटा प्लीज केक खाना, डोंट इग्नोर योर केक.
गीजर बंद कर.
केक इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट फूड ग्रुप.
Bro, you know how they were able to verify is that while writing she was crying, so the teardrops
DNA
on the letter, and they've gotten it properly attested by whoever the fucking attesting authority is, and DNA sampling है वो सब.
अरे bro, I went to this one.
It doesn't end there. ये सुन और है. अरे भाई फिर भी खत्म हो गया. Next, Louis the 16th का mercy plea. Actual उसके handwriting में लिखा हुआ sign that is there. Then on the back side there's a private dining area जिसके ऊपर एक और frame है. So when the revolution was about to begin, you had different revolutionary factions, right? अभी एक ऐसे faction मिलके they are talking, they are discussing their manifesto or whatever, and it gets passed around the table to sign. तो 1 2 3 4 5 ये छठे आदमी के पास था. I forget his name, but the initials of his name are HR. ठीक है, something Renoir, if I'm not mistaken. Rousseau नहीं, Renoir, I think. I'll find out the exact name. Anyway, ex-revolutionary. So it's come to him. Now he's about to sign it, but just then एक rival revolutionary आता है अंदर और आके इसको गोली मार. But गोली मारे मुंह पे. उसका खून गिरा ये लेटर पे, which is still there. Okay, this guy got shot in the face. He's written H, he's written R, he's about to finish his signature, ठप खून, and his full ये पूरा हिल गया है. So when he was being executed, जब उसका guillotine हुआ था, he was the only guy who had, because he couldn't face downward, उसका jaw गिर रहा है, so वो उल्टा था. So he is one of the only guys who saw it. His own
shit.
ये आके कटने वाला है. Wow. Insane. Like where would you find or know about any of this? It's not like these are things the locals know, which is why it's so important to have at least that one day where you
just do those walking tours, meet locals. Meet
locals, because they will tell you shit that is not going to be on any of these sites, right? Like it's not a party place, it's not this. These are the really cool, and it just made the whole experience so wholesome.
Dude, we went to.
I like that bar. वो bartender लोगों को story बता रहे थे कि एक बार नेपोलियन यहाँ पे आया था, फिर उसने पैसा नहीं दिया, तो उसका टोपी है.
अरे this Napoleon ने टोपी नहीं दिया and all of that is such a पैसा नहीं दिया और टोपी दिया is such a thing that was happening in France and Spain in that time because this
Napoleon literally टोपी लगा के गया इन लोगों.
हाँ फिर eventually उधर मर गया ना वो. So I went to this one restaurant, ठीक है. So I went to this. Fortunately, it's right here. Okay. So I went to this one restaurant where the whole restaurant used to be visited by artists. Okay, just artists. और किसी का पैसा नहीं था. So it was like a staying place also. तो ये लोग सब. हाँ.
Montmartre की बात.
No, not Montmartre. Not Montmartre. I'm talking about in just outside of Cannes, a small village where there's a restaurant called Colombe d'Or. ठीक है. So उधर ना, so for example उन लोग का मेन्यू इतना बड़ा मेन्यू है, इतना बड़ा, like it's a big ass menu, but this is the painting on it. It's done by Roux. Okay. Similarly, if you go all over the place, there are Picassos just hanging, like OG Picassos hanging, Matisse's hanging. There's a why you can't. I mean, there's no security guard also, by the way. There's no security guard also, by the way. Yeah. And it's so crazy, the restaurant, because there's also one thing where it's just where Dali has just done one sculpture. It's one of the few sculptures that Dali has ever done. He's carved it into a wall. तो वो wall है उधर और तू बैठ के मस्त ऐसा मच्छी खा रहा है उधर.
Dude,
I'm like, imagine what is happening?
Baba, I mean, all of these stories are really nice, but if you went to Shankari Bar, the story.
Let's get serious.
इधर दाऊद बैठा था, उसके पास पैसा नहीं था. उसने बंदूक रखा.
और अब मेरे
पास. Did you go to Versailles? Versailles गया तू?
मेरे को लगा तू वर्सोवा बोल रहा है. इधर ही. वर्सोवा में क्या? लुई 16 का जो बंगला है वहाँ पे वर्सोवा में. नहीं, वर्साइल नहीं. Bro, Versailles becomes one day out, you know.
It's a trip. So now, then let me tell you what happens. You get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because you want to catch the train to get there. So you get up. मैं उठा. Now the problem is, you're used to a certain body clock. Now when you wake up at 5 and you reach Versailles,
ट्रेन में टट्टी है.
ट्रेन में नहीं है. I was expecting कि ट्रेन में आ जाएगा क्योंकि ट्रेन अच्छा है. ट्रेन से उतरा. Nothing is happening. Station पे now we're walking. Now that's a 20 or 30 minute walk. And we decided to walk. So now we're walking. और मैंने एक कप कॉफी पी लिया रास्ते में.
अरे वो गलती तेरी है.
गलती मेरा है. Now I am at a McDonald's sitting. I can see the Palace of Versailles, where I've heard that there are golden commodes. But I don't know if I can last walking all the way to Versailles, buy a ticket, stand in line, and then make it to the commode. I ended up going to a McDonald's where the window looks out to Versailles. Oh. I can see the possibility where I could have been put.
So you're trying to say that you took the Tatti of Versailles?
Yes.
Come on. Hey, tu has.
Well done. League of Nations.
I'm trying to understand it. Tatti of Versailles, how?
Like Treaty of Versailles.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
If you like the joke, let me know in the comments.
Some would say that treaty caused the Second World War.
Only Kautuk got it.
Did that treaty cause the Second World War?
You should have called it the.
को देख के तो भागने में मजा है.
नहीं वो अरे बाबा but if the
देखने
window
में
is
फिर अंदर
facing
जाके
McDonald's.
वापस. Then I was like second round. अभी
You're not
4
understanding.
burger खाया and then it's like round second.
If the window is facing the Palace of Versailles, Aadar is backing the window, right? Because the window is not in front of you when you're taking a shit, right? The window will be
side में था.
तेरा planning गलत है. Unless I turned around on the pot to take a cup, so we could. In which case,
उसको guillotine, हाँ वो guillotine की तरह किया मैंने, हाँ.
And
I was the only person in France to shit like that. Yes,
No, लेकिन मैं एक बात बोलना चाहूंगा. यूरोप ने प्रोग्रेस कर लिया है towards a cleaner, better ass because मेरे को बहुत सारे जगह पे बिड़े मिले.
अरे बिड़े.
Nice. बिड़ू
था. निकिता एक टर्न में बोल रही है कि once I'm back, I'm going to get married to the handshake.
अरे देखो पता है मैं यहाँ पे मैं सर्च कर रहा था before leaving. There is a manual bidet that you can carry.
Yeah, there is a manual bidet, but
it's like a bottle with a thing coming out, and then
it's pressure.
You squeeze it, So then it gives you the same effect of a bide.
Yeah, but that also means that you're going to be carrying it with you to restaurant. Excuse me, हाँ यार, can I?
Yes.
तो भर रहा है तो देख रहा है कि क्या चालू है और फिर तू
सर straw है straw गाड़ी का straw
Can I have an extra cup, please?
Where all did you go in Europe? 2-3 जगह गया ना तू?
I did Paris, Paris के बाद Florence, Florence के बाद Cinque Terre, Cinque Terre के बाद Dolomites, Dolomites के बाद Venice, Venice के बाद
ब्रो ये हम लोग जाने से पहले सेम आइटिनरी सुन रहे हैं हाउ कैन यू आस्क हिम अगेन
Yeah, no, I forgot.
ब्रो क्या मजा है लेकिन
I've gone from
गाड़ी चला एक स्ट्रेच था
मैं बर्लिन पेरिस एम्स्टरडम ठक ठक
I want to hear Kautuk's itinerary.
Oh, I went from Lokhandwala to Andheri, Bandra sometimes, came back.
It's not like that. It's kabhi Mira Road, kabhi Cadell Road, kabhi.
Oh, on one, dude, but I can't tell you, dude. Like for 3 weeks, felt so free, man. I was reading books. I was improving my life. I got a house plant. I was having fun.
By the way, this podcast takes 1.5 hours of the week. I don't know why you're not doing these other things in your free time.
Nahin, so dude, so the thing was that for the last 3 weeks, I've had nothing going on. Like, so no 442, no TIS, and second I'm taking a break. So it was just fucking.
अभी वैसे भी काम करने का मन नहीं करता है ब्रो ये वेदर में ऐसे उठता मैं बाहर देखता हूँ ना ठीक है ना आज नहीं करता
तुम लोग का
वापस लेटे
तुम लोग का 442 नेक्स्ट मंथ भी उड़ने वाला है बिकॉज तुम लोग का एक भागीदार मेरे पास आ गया
Oh no!
Aadar, you have become that comic that other comics meet when they go to that country to do comedy.
Yeah. I'm that guy now. I'm meeting. So Azim and I think Sahil are coming, and we'll put out a poster soon. We're all performing at Edinburgh together. So we'll put out that.
हाँ किधर कर रहे हो
and
साथ में थी नो
हाँ
कहाँ कर रहे हो शो
Edinburgh में this is it's this place called Pleasance Venues. So that Veerdas is also performing, and we are also performing. So there's a lot of venues. There's another place called C Venues where I'll be performing my play. तो दोनों का play का link मैं नीचे रख रहा हूँ. And जैसे ही दूसरा stand up का link आता है हम लोग share करेंगे. But play के लिए जाओ please. 20 show है मेरे play के. So I'll be doing it from the 3rd to the 23rd. So I'm doing a really long run.
Right? You're getting graded for this place, right? Aadar?
No. This is outside. So, but this will become like a big deal when I'm applying for my work visa and things like that. So I can keep working in both countries.
So if you want to see Aadar working in London, please go for
Please
it.
buy tickets. नीचे देखो हाँ Edinburgh का tickets है नीचे.
तो हम लोग एक टाइम पे ना वहां पर इटली में वी ड्रोव ओके तो क्या हुआ अभी कि वहां के क्या कहते हैं जो गाड़ी है ना तो बहुत कम है in terms of supply right now. So they are quoting few prices.
Oh really?
Yeah, I needed the car for 4 days to drive from La Spezia to Italian Alps, the Dolomites. तो यहाँ से फाइंड आउट करा कुछ अनाप शनाप प्राइस 60,000 70,000 4 दिन का ऐसा कुछ भी आ रहा था ठीक है बट we wanted to drive because that's a very scenic route. Their highways are great and you want to always I always want to include one driving scene in a country outside because I feel that's a really great way to sort of see the place.
Is it very jarring to go from right to left?
No, so इसके पहले मैंने left चलाया था Croatia.
It takes you about 10-15 minutes to just
but that's also if you're doing a manual, right? So because if the automatic was pretty much unaffordable at this point, मैंने manual किया. It's a small car we were getting, small, मतलब mid size Lancia करके. So we've reached the place. मैं उधर गया और
Lancia.
हाँ Lancia.
अच्छा because you have to do right hand manual.
हाँ right hand manual चलाने का. I said whatever, like I don't care at this point.
Oh yeah.
The other things are going to take you longer to reach. Plus like in the Dolomites. You need a car to travel in and around. उधर ऐसे कुछ बस नहीं आ रहे रोज 4 बजे या कुछ तो उधर पहुंचा मैंने सब भरा है तो I asked her I said do you what do you call it I'm getting the Lancia right so she is like no मैं डर गया कि छोटा गाड़ी
we are upgrading you
she didn't even say that she gave me you're getting a Renault I said cool Renault अच्छा है उधर जाके अनलॉक किया तो ऑटोमेटिक मिल गई I'm telling you throughout my honeymoon there have been times where I feel somebody is like doing some like scene just to make it better. Like the second day in Paris, it was the hottest day in Paris. 40 degree कुछ तो था, ठीक है? Then I have fried, but we don't want to let each other know that we are fried, right? क्योंकि तू second day पे थोड़ी mood off करेगा. So she is also controlling, I'm also controlling. Like fuck, गर्म होने वाला है, fry हो जाएंगे because we both hate the heat. सन वन नहीं चाहिए हम लोग, और ये गोरे लोग तो वाह क्या धूप है मस्त, क्योंकि उन लोग मर रहे हैं इसके लिए।
ब्रो इन बर्लिन, आई यू फिनिश द स्टोरी, आई एक्सप्लेन टू यू। मेरा बर्लिन में सब टिकट, ये मेरा सब टिकट नहीं बिका, तो मेरा प्रमोटर मेरे को बोल रहा है इट्स ओके सर, इट्स बिकॉज द वेदर इज टू गुड, पीपल डोंट वांट टू कम इंडोर्स।
इंडोर्स या उधर
मतलब 50 टिकट तो बेचा उधर, और क्या।
लंदन में टुडे रेडहेड्स आर गेटिंग फ्री एंट्री टू मूवी थिएटर सो दैट दे कैन सिट इन द AC because it's the hottest day on record today. So today is a heat wave, guys. आज मैं चद्दर लेके सोना पड़ा मेरे को. It's a big heat wave.
The problem with Europe is that एक तो उन लोग को फैन का कॉन्सेप्ट, उनको दो चीज का कॉन्सेप्ट है, एक है हैंड जेट और एक है फैन, उनको नहीं चाहिए। उनकी खिड़की भी इतनी सी खुलती है, ठीक है। तो if by chance you're at, like when I was looking on Airbnb or whatever, I was looking at air conditioning as well.
सॉरी, तू खत्म करना वो स्टोरी, उसके बाद करना
स्टोरी।
अच्छा 40 डिग्री जो भी, उन्होंने कहा फक ऑल हो गया सीन। नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग निकिता की एक फ्रेंड हूज आल्सो इन पेरिस, शी इज कॉल्ड, शी लाइक वेक अप, वी सेड फक इट, वी आर नॉट गेटिंग अप, हम लोग दोपहर को नहीं जा रहे बाहर, बहुत गर्म है, शाम को मिलेंगे। ही सेड जस्ट लुक आउटसाइड। खोला ब्रो, ठंड 18 डिग्री 16 डिग्री कुछ हो गया। So the reason I said this story was because throughout my honeymoon these things were happening where you thought, oh shit, this is fucked, this is sad, ये बराबर नहीं है, and then suddenly next thing you see कुछ बाप हो गया।
ये है प्यार की ताकत।
वैसे एक तो अपग्रेड भी मिल गया मुझे, hey so we have heard you are a popular comedian, क्योंकि मेरे एजेंट ने उधर ईमेल कर दिया होटल को, is a very big comedian from India। तो लोग क्या मालूम, पर हाँ मैं दूंगा। 155K है, for them it's not because wow 155K, how do I explain to her 1.4 billion है, तो of course 155 है। मेरे लास्ट 4 साल से फॉलोअर बढ़े नहीं, लेकिन टिक मार्क दिख गया ना, oh you're a comedian, I said yeah, very popular comedian in India, upgrade, straight mountain facing, wow, two levels up, fuck, sorted। So every time like I said कि कुछ से fuck all हो रहा था, उसके बाद एक कुछ बाप चीज हो रहा था। तो
फिर मैं तेरा स्टोरी देखा, like he's taken my story in Italy, he's like look at the rooftops of Italy। I was gonna message him कि कोलाबा में किधर है तू exactly।
लेकिन कोई फैन ने मैसेज किया, बोला अरे कुछ ये सच बता, ये सीबी चौक है ना, या सीबी चौल है ना, ऐसे कुछ था।
क्या ये इसमें मेरे को इश्यू है। इसमें मेरे को इश्यू है
कि पास्ता पेला है ब्रो, क्या पास्ता पेला है 14 दिन, और मैं और निकिता दोनों वाइन नहीं पीते। इटली में एवरी मील के साथ एक बोतल वाइन ऐसे पानी की तरह अंदर जा रही है। Dude, even their €3 house wines are so fucking good।
Yeah।
And like with the food, हम लोग तो पागल हो गए।
वैसे पूछेगा ना कहाँ ये वाइन कहाँ का है, ये पीछे मैंने यहाँ पे बनाया बैकयार्ड में।
Literally।
No, but that makes sense, right? Like for example, like when foreigners come here, they'd be like, "Ki our $10 vada pav is so good." Like that's how it is.
Bro, मैं रेस्टोरेंट में गया यहाँ पे, 12.5 पाउंड का ये लोग मसाला डोसा बेच रहे। हाँ, 1250 रुपए का मसाला डोसा बेच रहा है।
आदर, it's called nostalgia tax। वो तेरे को भरना पड़ता है, और ताकि तू
मैं नहीं भरा, मैं खुद बना के अपना बैटर।
Your feeling it's expensive is because you know how cheap you actually get it। Same thing happened to us Amsterdam last day। हमने बोला चल अभी I never eat Indian।
सुमित सर है,
हमने इंडिया में खाऊंगा ना, उधर बाहर कुछ अलग खाते हैं, बट कभी कभी हो जाता है कि नहीं अभी मेरे को एक टेस्ट चाहिए। So last night
कहाँ खाया?
हम लोग गए सरवना।
सरवना,
ओके,
12.5 पाउंड। 12.5 पाउंड।
But why did you go to Sarvana? There was another place in Amsterdam which has good Indian food. But ठीक है, हाँ।
Not about Indian, I wanted to eat dosa, bro। मैं डोसा 365 दिन 24 घंटे खा सकता हूँ, हफ्ते के 7 दिन मैं खा सकता हूँ।
डोसा एंड खिचड़ी
मतलब हो गया by default। Anyway, उधर जाके मस्त ठंडा है बाहर वेदर, जब मैंने मंगाया है रवा डोसा, उसको बोला एक्स्ट्रा क्रिस्पी बटर के साथ, इडली वड़ा, उन साइड में वो पोड़ी भी दिया है, इडली का चटनी, ऐसे करके ना ऐसे बाइट लिया एक, और सडनली पता है वो मूवीज में होता है ना, कितने ऐसे गया तो कुछ खुल गया है मेरे बॉडी में, ठीक है, जो बंद था, दो पाथवेज दैट जिस पे एंट्री बंद हो गई थी, सडनली सब खुल गए, मुंह में ऐसे कुछ फ्लेवर्स आ रहे हैं। हम लोग दोनों एक दूसरे को ऐसे देख रहे, मतलब ऐसे कि वाओ ब्रो ये क्या है। That one dosa and the sabzi and all had more spices and more ingredients in it than anything we had eaten for the previous 22 days। 22 दिन के तो ingredients मिक्सकर
के ऊपर पोड़ी बीड़ी
सब कुछ bro।
And dosa is the most mild food that you can eat।
No, I'm saying flavors. Like the amount of ingredients that went into making that one dish in front of me was still more than anything I'd eaten.
Of course.
मैं अभी कौतुक को स्टोरी बता रहा इटली में तो हम लोग का Airbnb होस्ट ना we became really good friends with him and his wife. So then he invited us to his house which is in Tuscany, you know, Chianti region में जहाँ वाइन बनता है. इसने खुद के घर पे अलग अलग चीजें ग्रो की. उसके चेरी टमाटो ब्रो ऐसे काट के ना ऐसे खा रहे हम लोग, मीठा लाल, और ये उसके घर में. एंड ही कुक पास्ता फॉर अस ब्रो. आई कांट टेल यू, ही हैज पुट 2 गार्लिक का क्लोव्स. ठीक है,
करेक्ट.
उसने
ओजी
अपने गार्डन से टमाटर ये डाला है और एक इतना लंबा बेसिल लीफ, एक, और पूरे घर में खुशबू है. This is from his garden. That produce is just, I'm talking about it, I can taste it in my mouth, bro. It's so easy. हम लोग इधर कितना डालते हैं, 12-15 क्लोव डालना पड़ते हैं अदरक का, ये वो. मैं बेसिल तो ऐसे 2 पैकेट डाल दो अंदर पूरा, ऐसा टेस्ट नहीं आएगा. It's incredible to eat it the way they do it, locals again, because that charm and that vibe you never get from any like वो tour book करके जाओ, वो same vibe.
नहीं वो तो है ही नहीं.
By the way, I was buying apples. I bought apples and then I ended up buying grapes. And I'm like, these grapes are fucking these are epic grapes. I started eating them. नीचे देखा, from India. They were imported from India. And these are grapes I have never seen in my life. Fucking this big. मैंने कभी देखे नहीं अपने लाइफ में. ये इंडिया से हम लोग को दिखाते भी नहीं, and they go straight to these countries.
Yeah.
We've got pretty epic produce.
That's also because a lot of the companies tend to own the lands, own the seeds, own the fertilizers. Basically, the entire process is owned by them.
Oh.
Because the labor is cheap. So as a result, there's a lot of this that happens within Indian
Grapes
produce.
का call center शुरू किया है इन लोगों ने.
No, it's happening for a very long time. It's happening with fishes. It's happening with it's across the board.
Oh, they're outsourcing fish.
They're not outsourcing fish, but हाँ ठीक है.
ये मुंबई से चाहिए मच्छी.
पॉम्फ्रेट तेरे को नहीं मिलेगा ना.
नहीं, लेकिन बाकी सब है ना. Bro, fuck. I won't take the name of the restaurant, but I went to another Indian restaurant which Nikita had eaten at on a previous trip, and throughout this trip she kept saying that, oh, we have to go there. I went there and that food was so far away from India. It just wasn't. उसने मैं बिरयानी मंगाया तो येलो कलर का राइस है जिसपे चिकन श्रेड किया है. ठीक है.
अरे कौतुक is so jizzing over this.
तो टमाटर की चटनी है बेसिकली गरम मसाले के साथ. दाल में नमक नहीं है, ये वो. मैं ऐसे देख रहा हूँ, you just fried, right? So I called the person. I said, listen, इसमें तो बिल्कुल like it's not about how spicy it is, but it needs to be flavorful, right?
Yes.
थोड़ा फ्लेवर मारने के लिए काम कर. हरी मिर्ची ले काट. मैं उसको बता रहा हूँ ये कर, हरी मिर्ची काट, उसको डाल, ये थोड़ा ये मस्त देखे और लेके आ, क्योंकि ये मजा नहीं है.
ये लो 50 यूरो.
फ्रांस में किसी को
letting me help you.
Listen to what they have done. They have just छिड़कोड लाल मसाला, लाल मिर्ची पाउडर वो डाल के ऐसे एक बार राइस में. What the fuck is going on? मेरे को उसका रिफंड चाहिए. 45 euros भरे.
Oh wow.
अरे ब्रो, तू किधर फ्रांस में जाके किसी को बोला क्या?
Most of the Indian restaurants here are scams. Most of the Indian restaurants are scams.
No, there are some really good ones. This one
most. That's why I said most.
And the reason I said this story is because right after that, to get over this, we said, fuck it, let's go eat our other favorite cuisine, which is Japanese. So we went to this really nice restaurant. ठीक है, it's a very cool, modern Japanese sort of vibe. हमने bento मंगाया. तो उस पे अलग अलग चीज है ना. तो उस पे raw fish, अभी sashimi, nigiri सब ना, raw fish जब उन्होंने खाया है, had more taste than that plethora of dishes at the Indian restaurant. Can you fucking
लाल मिर्च.
तू गया, तू फ्रांस में किसी को जाके बोला क्या पीवेवू?
हाँ, पीवेवू, लावेवू, जावेवू. मैं तो अपना चालू था. Bonjour, merci beaucoup. लो मैंने तो क्या यूज किया गूगल ट्रांसलेट को मस्त, क्योंकि स्कूल में तो फ्रेंच पढ़े तो थोड़ा आता है बोलना. और मेरे को इटालियन में बात करना इतना मजा आता है. बहुत मजा आता है मुझे पढ़ के थोड़ा. ये नहीं हैंड जेस्चर नहीं आता क्योंकि कुछ गलत बोल दिया मालूम पड़ी, इसका मतलब फकी हो गया तो तो हम लोग चिंके टेरे की जगह में, ठीक है, and we have like fucking 70 kilos of fucking luggage because we've not repeated one outfit on our honeymoon. हमारे पास सब कुछ है. हमारे पास हर प्रोडक्ट, हेयर प्रोडक्ट, फेस प्रोडक्ट, हमारे पास अलग अलग जूते.
अरे that is because Varun was going to vlog ना.
Oh yeah, forgot that.
वो दिन.
But कुछ कैमरा इक्विपमेंट, कुछ
मैं
गोरिल्ला
फोन किया
पॉड,
ब्लॉग
कुछ
करने के लिए. अभी भी इसमें है थोड़े ब्लॉग्स. just realized so uncomfortable I am in doing it.
that.
I'm just holding like, oh, now we are here. Like, who the fuck cares? Also, I didn't do it.
also a great hack for vlogging is not to use the front camera, use the back one and you keep it on the wide, because then that gives you the same thing that you would get with a gorilla pod and keeping it away from that.
Yeah.
Like that's the same shot you would get.
Anyway, मेरे ब्लॉग नहीं हो रहे. मैं क्या स्टोरी बोल रहा था मैं ही भूल गया. क्या स्टोरी थी मेरी?
खाना.
Italy Chiqueteria में बात करना.
It is all on a slope, right? It's right. It's a Ligurian fishing village essentially, and it's on the Mediterranean Sea. तो सब हिल पे बनाया हुआ. तो you are always on an incline. 70 किलो का सामान लेके नहीं जा सकता. तो हम लोग उधर ही बिलीव नहीं करेगा. ऐसे पाथवे पे है. Airbnb होस्ट सामने खड़ी है. वो बोल रही है this is too big to go up. On my right is the fucking blue vast Mediterranean Sea. तो तू फेंक दिया.
और ये बाइक भी लेके जा.
मैं तेरे को इंडिया में मिलता हूँ, पहुंच जाना.
That has a better chance of reaching India than going through Heathrow. Bag being thrown.
Bro, but look at this. Look at the dichotomy of this experience. ठीक है, एक साइड पे बैठ के हम लोग मेडिटेरेनियन सी देख रहे हैं और इधर 70 किलो का सामान खोल के जो अगले 3 दिन के लिए लगने वाले वो लेके छोटे बैग में डाल रहे हैं ताकि आई कैन टेक दिस एंड गिव इट टू द लगेज स्टोरेज व्हिच इज बाय द एंट्री पॉइंट. तो उधर क्या मैंने फोन किया है आदमी को. लुइजी नाम है ऑफ कोर्स. I swear
उसका भाई का
Mario उसका भाई.
Except I couldn't do it because this guy was the oldest person in Italy. Oldest person और उसने तो इंग्लिश बोला ही नहीं. हेलो ये लगे
He's only fought against
तो भी नहीं तो आ नहीं थी तो ऐसा कुछ चालू है. हाँ इस फॉन्ट इंग्लिश
वो लोग बस फायर बोलते थे.
तो मैं गूगल ट्रांसलेट खोल रहा हूँ एक फोन पे और लिख रहा हूँ, वो ट्रांसलेट हो रहा है एंड आई एम स्पीकिंग इन माय ओन वर्जन ऑफ इटालियन. नाउ बिकॉज़ आई सेड दैट टू हिम, ही सेड अरे इसको इटालियन आता है. तो वो मेरे को और भारी इटालियन में रिस्पॉन्ड कर रहा है, लेकिन मेरे को लगता है ना 5 मिनट वापस देखने के लिए. फिर ये आया ऐसे से आया और
एक सेकंड, हाउ डिड ही लुक एट यू एंड फील कि इसको इटालियन आता है?
क्योंकि मैं नहीं ये फोन पे था ना. ये फोन पे था. फिर जब एक बार वो सामने मिला तो इट्स लिटरली ही सेज समथिंग, I don't get it. Then I write the fact that I don't get it and say it back to him in Italian and he laughs. और इसमें हम लोग बहुत अच्छे दोस्त बन गए.
ये vlog है bro.
You
ये
can
vlog
record him while he's talking and you can hear him in real time, right?
हाँ, लेकिन वो मैंने बाद में रियलाइज किया कि कर सकते.
ये आदर और मैंने रशिया में किया था.
बहुत मुश्किल but worth it. Almost got arrested. That was fun. Almost got arrested in the Arctic Circle.
You got
because because suddenly in the Arctic Circle, just all white people in white snow, just suddenly this 4 brown people show up. Just like wait, you cannot leave the airport. फिर हमारे टैक्सी ड्राइवर से बात कर रहा है that why, where, how are they booked. Basically, maybe he was making sure we don't get kidnapped and killed.
No, so Aadar, you know what happened? No, what happened was there were these.
ये क्या उल्टा racism है?
So we got on this plane. So we were going to see the northern lights in Russia. So there's a small place there called Burma where you get to see this. So we take the flight there. On the flight, it's all Russian people and literally just the 4 of us who are non-Russian. So we land at the airport and there's this security person standing there, right? And he literally lets everybody pass except the 4 of us. Okay. Now he says something to Aadar, Sidhi and Aparna and they reply and they get ahead. Right now, when I come to the thing, I was behind them. I come to the thing, he says something. I think he's saying, do you want a taxi?
The airport guy is telling you, do you
I didn't know he
Yeah.
was a security guard. I thought he was asking for a taxi.
Whenever an airport security guy asks you something, you say no. But
I said no. So
Achha.
I said, no, I don't want taxi. And I don't know what the fuck he was asking. It was probably,
show me your passport. No, I don't want taxi. I
No.
asked to show passport.
तो उसने मेरे को साइड में किया, बोला भाई तू इधर रुक, ठीक है. And these guys have now gone outside. I've not emerged. So they have come.
उन्होंने एक भी बार पीछे देखा नहीं कि कौतुक है नहीं.
So then they
अरे
came back
मतलब
in.
पूरा ट्रिप वो था. मतलब the thing is like Kautuk Sidhi क्या करते थे? Because Kautuk would sometimes just stand and look at things, and then Sidhi would start drawing those things. So at one point I had gotten used to कि हाँ मिल जाएंगे और नहीं मिलेंगे तो फोन करके हम लोग figure out कर लेंगे कि ये कैफे पे आ जाओ.
Yeah. So I mean, and then there was this whole thing where they couldn't believe that we had shown up at Murmansk. They're like, we've not seen people like you in this area ever. तो क्या कैसे कुछ तो सीन होगा ना, बता क्या सीन है.
और हम लोग उसको बोल रहे हैं कि तू कभी गोवा नहीं गया है क्या?
अरे नहीं, उसको सच बोलने आया था कौतुक, saying I cannot afford to see the northern lights in Norway, which is why
इससे यहाँ पे आना पड़ रहा है सस्ता नॉर्वे.
सच बोलने आया. Oh, okay, you pass करके निकाल देता था.
Dude, he has asked us for our entire itinerary. He's asked us for our hotel. He's called the hotel. He's spoken to our taxi driver. Then he's like, okay, fine. You're tourists. It's weird, but fine, whatever.
After all of this, it's like, oh, tourist.
So it's so close from tourist to terrorist. It's so close.
Yeah.
लेकिन एक चीज मुझे बहुत फकौर लगी, वेनिस बहुत बास मारता है.
Yeah,
हाँ
it's a city of gutters. It's not the canals are gutters.
We were there only for one day to catch the flight to Amsterdam because it was the closest to Dolomites, and it is like it's beautiful and all, but it was also 38 degrees. तो दिमाग हट गया हम लोग का. ठीक है. और it's walkable. You can go end to end in like an hour or so, right? तो हम लोग चल के जा रहे हैं. Initially it's like very interesting. Oh, narrow lanes, arches, oh, tiny bridge, oh, nice canal, so sweet, ये वो है. And then it's like the same thing on fucking loop. It's just the
अरे
same.
ब्रो, एम्स्टरडेम के बाहर एक सिटी है, नाम भूल गया मैं, जो सेम है वेनिस, वो बेटर है. कम से कम उधर सिर्फ कनाल्स है.
But that's why they call the boats in Venice. They call them gondolas.
गंद.
Look at Baba's reaction.
Venetian जाओ. It's a better experience. Go to Las Vegas or go to Macau. वहाँ पे Venetian में
Please,
gondola ride.
on that note, खत्म करो.
On that note, other
Gondola. All right, this is a quick monkey fact. This is thank you everybody who sent me, the 50 people who decided to send this. So, for some reason, the moment monkey news breaks, I'll be like, normal day on Instagram. Suddenly there'll be 10 messages. It's like, oh, this is कोई monkey fact निकला आज news में. So suddenly just everybody has tagged me on a monkey fact. So this one, thank you everybody who sent. A monkey has been part of a Mexican drug cartel shootout.
No, what about Mexican
Shootout. There was a full shootout and a monkey was found wearing a bulletproof vest, which is exactly tailored to his size, holding a gun.
ऐसा Mexican standoff में खड़ा है सर.
He had a gun, and the other hand, he was hugging his master. Apparently, like he was hugging his master, but मर गया. He died.
Died.
But he died. He died in the shootout.
You should start with that.
I wonder why.
He was a spider monkey, but he was wearing camouflage. He was wearing a camouflage bullet vest.
Holy shit.
उसका नाम क्या? El Chapo.
El Chimpo.
El Chimpo.
Fuck.
Wow. And the spider monkey, and he had a plastic bucket on his head. I don't know why, but I think the owner probably tried to protect his head and his body. तो उसके सर पे bucket चढ़ा and then started shooting.
Because what plastic is available.
Whatever. जो भी उसको protection मिला, but I think he was trying to run.
I think the monkey was in the shootout, then midway through he realized कि भैंचो मैं बंदर है, ठीक है, मैं क्या shootout कर रहा हूँ, तो उसको ऐसे बाल्टी दिखा तो हिलने लग गया वो. He became what he was supposed to be, and then he got shot in the process.
Oh my god, dude, this is wild.
That is sad.
Yeah, very sad, but this is weird. But the monkey was taken care of.
But imagine
but वो उन लोग का hitman था कि वो drugs भी मतलब.
No, exactly. Like this is
उसका designation क्या था?
In the monkey.
Yeah, the monkey also has his own corrida. which is a traditional Mexican folk ballad, which is composed in honor of the drug lords. So now the monkey has a song dedicated to him. There have been an entire campaign on Twitter, like at level of like rest in peace. वो monkey का photo डाला हुआ है and ऐसे stars and clouds बनाया monkey के आजू बाजू है. This became a thing on Twitter for a while.
Shit.
नहीं, but it's good to be back. मजा आया finally. हाँ, 3 हफ्ते बाद भूल ही गए थे कैसे करते हैं. यार मैं अगले हफ्ते भी इधर से करूंगा शायद.
मैंने इतना भूल गया कि तू इधर आ गया.
Okay. On that note, that's it from this episode of the Internet Said So. Thank you guys so much for watching. मैं एक चीज भूल जाता हूँ हमेशा. Please like, share, subscribe, share it with your friends. बाकी हर YouTube पे बोलते हैं, bro. सिर्फ अपन ही छूते जो नहीं बोलते.
अच्छा वो भी है. Also guys,
like, share, subscribe and comment and help with the algo.
Yeah,
correct.
And also मेरा टिकट खरीदो, एडिनबरो का टिकट खरीदो guys जाके. Anybody who's there, a lot of people, it's great shows there. So if you can come for a week, you can watch a bunch of shows, and it's just the best of artists there.
Also, we are sorry that we took so long to come back without informing.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. हम लोग हनीमून में गया था, ठीक है. मैं
अरे लेकिन बताया भी नहीं ना, तो हम लोग को डेथ थ्रेट्स मिल रहा था.
हाँ,
डेथ थ्रेट्स मिल रहा था.
हाँ ठीक है वो डेथ थ्रेट.
This Tuesday, then I'm going to unsubscribe.
अच्छा ये कौतुक, where are you on the 30th of July?
Oh, 30th of July. I am at this place called Above the Habitat in Khere. Are you there as well?
I am. Unfortunately, there are only 8 tickets left.
Only 8.
And we will I don't know if we will, whatever it is, just if there are no more tickets, I'm sorry, we can't do any more tickets in Bombay. हम लोग एक नया शो अगली बार डालेंगे, but अगर ticket in description.
Yeah, it's 30th July at Habitat, and Bhavan and I are doing stand-up and then an improvised storytelling session. So come by for that.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just at home.
If you want to see Thakur renovating his house,
come to my house.
ये तू तेरा renovation vlog
करना.
Vlog कर renovation.
हाँ.
Like Vicky getting irritated.
नहीं वो कर सकते.
Please.
बहुत naturally आता है. मैंने 2-3 करना भूल गया bro. Because see, when you reach Amsterdam, then you forget about everything. नहीं करा. मेरे पास 2 बहुत funny Vicky और पड़े थे. मैं बाद में करूँगा. But हाँ, vlog ना हो पाई हमसे भाई. Sorry. And I really appreciate.
But vlog as Vicky, na? I don't vlog as me. It's always like it's a different. It's just me being
but
like
Varun को फिर भी कैमरा लेके तो घूमना पड़ेगा ना.
If you're
Vicky
okay,
सच्ची doesn't exist.
If you want to vlog it for me, please let me know.
बहुत public.
आएगा क्या?
बहुत आएगा.
आ जाओ फिर.
Please write it in the comments below.
If you would like to.
Actually, yeah, London में if you guys want to do anything, any filmmaking, guys, आ जाओ. Free में.
If you're in Berlin,
मैं stipend दे सकता हूँ.
And please, people from Berlin who saw the show, please write a review down below.
Yeah.
मैं तुम लोग को 12 पाउंड का डोसा खिलाऊंगा रोज.
Oh fuck, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good payday.
Bye.
That's a good payday.
Okay. Bye. Good night. Take care. Salami.
Bye.
क्या
चलो.
मैं पूरा टाइम देख रहा हूँ. तो जल्दी खत्म कर. मेरे को जाना है. मेरे को एडिट करना है.
चल बाबा.
On that note.
वो वाला पार्ट रखा है.